So what happened today is because I gotta explain it because I've been getting a lot of questions about it by a lot of people in my community asking why do you call the cops on this rich guy and pretty much I've known the guy for a year and it's one of the things that I've been talking to him about, you're working on my house and you want to come over, and he had been a big help to me and the Rock Club Foundation as far as, helping me out doing work on my bus and doing work on my house. Sometimes it not always the best of work, but he always seemed like he always really try to help me out, at least physically. But at the same time, he's an addict, and being on the attic and being susceptible to addict is a very expensive habit, and it's just like overwhelming, constantly having to show up at my house, asking for money, and when I don't have money to give him, or even when I do have money to give him, coming home and realizing things have been stolen from my house, and then friends of mine, and seeing my stuff at other friends of my houses, and asking where they got it, and of course, he got it from Rich or whoever, and so it's like, thousands of dollars worth of stuff have been stolen from me since I moved to Detroit. Thousands. Solar panels, inverters, batteries, coolers, saws, everything. I would have been way further along with the Rock Club Foundation and would have probably still receiving donations to help me out if it wasn't for all the theft that's happening. And I'm not trying to point any fingers or make anybody look bad, because I had really talked to the guy, and I really wanted to, and I felt like the guy was ready for a change. I really felt like but he just couldn't have the guts to walk in the police station and turn himself in. But he was definitely ready, because he knew that his lifestyle wasn't sustainable, and he had ulcers on his hands and his feet, and he probably would have lost his leg or his arm or both if he didn't get medical treatment that he was too scared to go receive, because he felt it had warrants. And there are a lot of people in our community that I feel like just taking advantage of me, and I know like a lot of you guys on Facebook and YouTube doesn't want to support me and my project because the amount of people that been taking advantage of me, and you feel like if you're just going to help me out, you're just going to help the people that take advantage of me. And yeah, I understand that, but I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, and I'm trying to build up some type of boundaries against the people that are taking advantage of me, and making and I don't like the cops. I don't hate to have to deal with the cops, but like sometimes it's just a time for you to answer, and I don't feel like I actually caused any more. Hopefully I didn't cause any more legal problems than you already had to deal with, but eventually he had to deal with his legal issues eventually. I mean, he had, and the cops, I even talked to the cops, and they say, like, he has a few misdemeanor warrants, and it wasn't really that big a deal, and that's why they didn't really want to look into picking him up. And so, I mean, who knows, he might be out of jail in like a month, or maybe a week. Next week he could be back here in the hood. But I hope that he's in long enough where he can recover from his addictions, and maybe hopefully go into rehab when he get out. And hopefully I hope that for everyone that is in Detroit, that they can find recovery, because there are a lot of people that are suffering from recovery and taking advantage of my kindness, and I just need to take the time to put my foot down and say I'm not just going to be an easy target to be taken advantage of anymore, because it's just like I need to work on myself, and I need to work on my foundation, and really be a part of bringing the community together to make the world a better place, and working to help not just the random drug addict on the street, but actually artists that actually want to inspire and create better things in the world. And do you have any questions?
I think you said it all.
Yeah, so basically what happened was, I tried to drop them off at rehab yesterday. I spent $50 Ubering that all the way to rehab center. I even, gave him some money for doing work in my house before we went to rehab. But then it's just an excuse, and then we get to rehab center, and it wasn't a right center, and they didn't want to take him, and I tried let's just leave him there, and he walked back, and I found him in my house in the morning, and I'm like, really, and so I don't know what, I'm really sorry if you guys care about Rich, but I tell you, this is probably the best thing for him. And I hate to say that, and it's probably the best thing for anybody that have addiction problems. Just face your issues straight on. Don't just try to hide your problems. You gotta deal with your issues eventually. And we all have accountability for issues, and there's how many thousands of dollars? I've been really patient for him. I could have got him, way more trouble way sooner. But I was trying to help him, and was trying to help a lot of people in the community. There's a bunch of other people that also taking advantage of me. So I like to leave it here. Please like, subscribe, and share. Anything else I should say?
Goat fund me.
Yeah, well, it's now time to keep donating so we can get this foundation off the ground. So if you guys want to support my mission, because now I'm going to actually hopefully be able to keep things in my house if I'm not letting addicts in anymore. Because I'm not a rehab center. And another thing I want to touch on, I'm not a rehab center. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a person that is even though there's all the addicts coming to me for help, I'm not really the best person to really help them. And I don't know what to do when thousands, no matter where I go, I have addicts showing up at my feet looking for help, and I'm like, I don't have all the answers, and I want to help you, but I'm not a rehab center. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. And if you want to come and be part of my community when you are sober and level-headed after you get your issues taken care of, come. But if you have addiction problems and issues, maybe take some time and take care of those issues before you make your issues my issues.
Cool.